Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Monday, February the 25th, 2013. And I'm officially back home now in downtown Toronto. I've been gone for the last 8 days, doing a bit of traveling all across Canada. We've been working on a new documentary film. So I've been doing a lot of interviews, both conducting interviews and being interviewed, and also meeting up with a lot of great local activists in 6 different cities that we visited in the past 8 days all across the country. And it was a great time. I want to thank everyone who came out to each of the events. It's certainly something I'll never forget. The very first stop we made was in Montreal, where we had an evening pub night meet and greet at a bar called Hurley's. And it was a great turnout. Met a lot of the great local Montreal activists who were doing a lot of great work there. And so that was awesome. Thank you to everyone who came out. And earlier on in the day, I met up with the one and only Sonia from the Truther Girls. And if you guys are not familiar with her channel, I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. And we collaborated on a video where I had an opportunity to meet her friend Anita, to talk about Anita's GMO problem. And so, if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description. Just from spending 1 day with Anita in Montreal, had myself feeling a little rough around the edges. And again, if you're not familiar with Sonia's work, please check it out. I'll have a link in the description. She does a lot of great work. She's a YouTube vlogger, puts out a lot of really great information. And she'll also every now and then do kind of a satirical comedy sketch. So I collaborated with her on one of her satire videos, and that was definitely fun. Sonia's doing great work out there, so I'll have links in the description if you want to check it out. And then from there, we went straight on over to Ottawa, where I hooked up with my good friend Tyrone Drummond, a very active activist out there in Ottawa. And again, I had an opportunity to meet a lot of the local activists in Ottawa who are doing a lot of great work. And it was great to put faces to the names. A lot of these people are people I've been talking with over the years through emails or YouTube comments or Facebook. And so it's nice to put a face to the names and meet a lot of these people in person. So again, if you came out to that event, thank you very much. It was a great night there in Ottawa. And then right after Ottawa, we went to London, Ontario, which was another fantastic event. Great turnout there. London has a very active activist community. So we had a good turnout. They had a projector all set up there. So I was able to show some kind of unreleased, never before seen clips, and I gave a bit of a talk and did a bit of a Q&A with everyone there. So again, everyone who came out to London, Ontario, thank you so much. I had a great time in London. And then the very next morning, we were off to Calgary, Alberta. And Calgary is a beautiful city. And during the day, I had some interviews to do. I will put some links in the description if you want to check those out. And some of the local We Are Change chapters there in Calgary had organized a screening of my film Into the Fire. So after the screening, the people from the screening came and met up with me at another pub there in Calgary, Alberta, just to do a little bit of a Q&A and find out a little bit more about that film. So thank you to everyone who came out to that event. Again, great event. A lot of great activists out there doing some great work. Keep it up, guys. It was awesome meeting everyone there. And then we were off to Vancouver the very next day. And I gotta say, I love British Columbia. It was my first time being this far out west and seeing BC. I was interviewed there by the Agora newspaper, and they're a great bunch of activists there. I'll put links to their information in the description and the interview that I did with them, so you can check that out. I also interviewed Jodie Emery while I was in town to get her story on the now infamous case with her husband Mark Emery. So we'll have all the latest information in regards to that case, so you can stay tuned to pressfortruth.ca for that. And then, just like every other town, in the evening, we met up with some of the local activists in Vancouver. And again, great turnout, great night we had in there. To all of you who came out, you know who you are. Thank you very much for showing us a great time in Vancouver. And then the very next morning, we were off to Victoria, BC. And I gotta say, I absolutely loved Victoria. I understand now why some people go out there and then just never come back. It's a beautiful town. On the ferry ride over, it was just awesome. I was just soaking in the scenery. I saw a couple of bald eagles there perched up on the edge of the Pacific. That was cool. Saw some huge rainbow that just appeared right beside our boat on the ride over as we were shooting a lot of time-lapse footage of the boat ride there. And I was just soaking it in, you know. It was so nice to be surrounded by the water and the mountains and just to be out of the concrete jungle that is downtown Toronto and to get back in touch with nature was just awesome. And it's unfortunate we only were able to stay for one day there. But again, in the evening we met up with a lot of the local activists, local We Are Change chapters in Victoria at a pub night meet and greet there again. And again, thank you to everyone who came out to that event. It was awesome to meet everybody. And the whole journey was a very humbling experience. And it's definitely something we'd like to do again. But perhaps this time around we'll pick a better time of the year where the weather is a little bit better. So hopefully this summer, if we can swing it, we'll do something like this again. And hopefully be making some more stops in some more towns all across Canada. And I was shooting videos throughout the entire time for my trip, which are all available at pressfortruth.tv. If you happen to be a subscriber, you would have caught the videos on a daily basis there. And if you're not a subscriber, please check it out. It's a great way to show your support for the work that we're doing here at Press for Truth TV, where I do daily videos every Monday to Friday that you can get access to. Of course, we put a lot of the information out on YouTube, but not every video makes it to YouTube. So members, if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing on a daily basis, you can subscribe there. And also subscribers get access to download everything. All of our music, all the films in high quality are available there to download for members. So again, guys, it's a great way to show your support for the work we're doing here at Press for Truth. And anyways, folks, I just wanted to give you a bit of a summary of the past 8 days on my trip across Canada. Again, it was an awesome experience. I want to thank everybody who came out to each of the events. It's definitely a time I'll never forget, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. And hopefully I can stick around a little longer, other than just one day in each town. But anyways, guys, just wanted to give you the lowdown on the last 8 days. And we got a lot of good stuff coming up this week. I've got some great interviews lined up coming up tomorrow and the next day. So stay tuned to pressfortruth.ca and pressfortruth.tv for that. And other than that, folks, that is all for today. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again, and I'll see you all right back here tomorrow at pressfortruth.tv. Take care.